taking time now to center and settle the body. So ensuring first that you're sitting in a comfortable position, whatever that means for you, but just making sure that you are steady and balanced in your sitting position. And place your hands on the knees in a mudra of your choice. Check in with your spine. Ensure that it's straight and your head and neck are aligned with your spine. And opening up the chest with the shoulders back and down, but ensuring that they're relaxed, so removing all tension from the body. And the eyes and mouth are lightly closed. And just feeling in with your body, feeling the body's contact against the floor, feeling your hands on your knees, feeling your eyelids closed. Take a long, deep inhalation. And when you exhale, release all the events that have happened so far for you today. And take another long, deep inhalation. This time on the exhale, release all the conversations and interactions you've had today in whatever form they've taken. Again, just let them all go. And one more time, another long, deep inhalation. But this time, release any feelings of obligation or thoughts about what you need to do outside of this practice, and allow yourself to be right here, right now, giving yourself this gift of being right here in the present moment. And return then to the natural breath and just observe the natural breath from the nostrils as it fills the abdomen with air and then the chest with air on the inhalation. And then on the exhalation, the chest subsides and the abdomen subsides. And we'll now move the awareness through the body, raising it up through the soles of the feet. As you do, as we begin, just pay careful attention to any irritation or pain or soreness you may have, just so when we're doing the practices, you listen to your body. And if something's not right, please do something else or even just visualize the practice. It can be just as effective. So placing the awareness now in the soles of the feet and checking in with the feet and moving the awareness up into the ankles and really gently up through the shins and the calves into the knees and up through the thighs and the buttocks, and feeling the hands on the knees and placing the awareness there, and raising the awareness gently up into the wrists, the forearms, the elbows, and the upper arms, and also up through the torso and the spine. Feeling into the shoulders now and into the neck. Spending some time observing how you feel in the face, the back of the head, and the crown of the head. And then gently rest the awareness at the eyebrow center. And at this point, visualize a steady candle flame. And together now we'll chant Om 3 times and Om Shanti and the Shanti mantra to pay respect to our traditions and to each other. We'll begin first with Om chanting, so breathing in. Om. 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 Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Hari Om. Om Sahana Bhavatu, Sahano Bhunaktu, Sahaviryam Karavavahe, Tejasvinadvadhitamastu, Ma Vedvishabhahe. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Hari Om. And we'll begin with our first asana for this class in Majari Asana, the cat posture. So coming first onto the hands and the knees. So ensuring that the hands are directly below the shoulders and the knees are directly below the hips so that you are forming like a box formation. The head's in a neutral position. Inhale and bring the head up towards the ceiling and press the abdomen down towards the floor, sort of arching the back. Pressing through the arms. Exhale. Then bringing the head in between the arms and arching the back up towards the ceiling. And also pressing through the arms, feeling that stretch in the chest and in the spine. Complete 5 rounds. And the movement should be really smooth and try and coordinate the breath with the movement. So inhaling as you bring the head up towards the ceiling. Exhaling as you bring the head between the arms and arch the spine up. After your 5th round, bring the buttocks back to the heels for Shashankasana, the child posture. You can either place the arms out in front of the body, or you can put them beside the body with the hands towards the feet. If you have low blood pressure, place your hands on top of one another in fists, just to make sure your head's above your heart, and place the head on the fists. In Shashankasana, remember to release. It is a relaxation posture. And with each exhalation, allow the body to release a bit further. And then when you're ready, come up into Parambik the base posture. Placing the legs out in front of the body and the hands behind the buttocks with the fingers pointing away. Closing the eyes. And just observing the effects of the practices so far. And our next practice will be, it's like a rope pull. So bringing the the right hand out first in front of the body at shoulder height, placing the thumb on the palm and wrapping the fingers around. It's like you're bringing the hand up above the head, and you can look up as well. Straight arm, stretching up through the right arm on the inhalation, and on the exhalation with the straight arm, it's like you're pulling a rope, bringing it down, and bring a bit of tension with it as well. So you're pulling on something. So complete 5 rounds on the right arm. Then aiming for smooth movements, coordinating the breath with the practice, aiming for that body, breath, mind connection. After your 5th round, rest the right arm, closing the eyes, if they're not closed already, just observing the movement of energy on the right side compared to the left. And then when you're ready, complete the practice on the left side of the body. So again, making a light fist, bringing the arm up straight and then pulling down. So you're pulling a rope. And after your 5th round on your left side, again in your own time, just rest the hands on the knees, closing the eyes and observing the effects of the practice on both sides of the body. And our next practice will be rowing the boat. So again, with the legs out in front of the body, bring the hands first to shoulder height. And it's the practice that it looks like you're rowing a boat. So bringing the arms up first above the head straight. Inhale, as you exhale, lean the body forward, bringing the hands wherever they're right for you without pushing or straining. So, but leaning forward is where you can. And then bringing the hands on either side of the legs back, taking up at the abdomen as you lean back, and then bringing the hands up above the head again. So this is 1 round. Complete 5 rounds in each direction. And just observing the movement of energy in all different parts of the body for this practice. You can feel it generally in your abdomen, in the back of the legs, in your arms, It works many different parts of the body. And this is a good practice as the weather gets cooler. It can help to warm you up, and also it helps to increase your appetite as well. After your fifth round, after you've done 5 rounds in each direction, come back to base position. Closing the eyes again. And just observing internally the effects. And we'll now move on to a forward bend. So sitting up straight, bringing the arms up, inhale, and as you exhale, bring the body forward. So now it depends on where you're at in your practice. If put your hands on your legs wherever that suits you. So if you can only get to the knees, that's fine. Trying to keep the back straight. If you can reach your toes, great. Keep your head up though. And just hold for where is right for you. Hold for 3 breaths. And then come back. Complete 3 rounds. Hold the final round for 5 breaths. So stretching up and then forward. On the final round, where you're holding for a bit longer, if you want to put your head down, that's okay. And when you've completed the practice, come back to base position. And we'll move now to Tatali Asana, the butterfly posture. So bringing the knees to the chest with the feet flat on the floor. Allow the knees to open and bring the soles of the feet together as close to the body as right for you. And then clasp the hands around the feet, allowing the knees to fall towards the floor. Inhale and bring the knees up towards the arms. Exhale, bringing the knees down towards the floor again. Complete 10 rounds. Placing the awareness in the hip joint. And then after your 10th round in your own time, back to base position. And observing the effects of all of the practices so far. We'll now do some upper body asanas. So for this first one, we'll do wrist bending. So bringing the arms out at shoulder height. And first of all, bring the tips of the fingers up towards the ceiling. Inhale. And then when you exhale, point the fingers down towards the floor, feeling the stretch up through the wrists and the forearms. Inhale, bringing the fingertips up towards the ceiling and pressing as though you're pressing against the wall. Complete 5 rounds in total. After your 5th round, flip the palms up towards the ceiling and then bring the fingertips to the shoulder. So left fingertips to left shoulder, right fingertips to right shoulder, bringing the elbows together in front of the body at shoulder height. Inhale, bringing the elbows up, back and down behind the body. Exhaling on the downward movement, bringing the elbows in front of the body again. This is 1 round of shoulder rotations. Complete 5 rounds in each direction. Really feeling the release of tension in the tops of the shoulders. After your 5 rounds in each direction, just closing the eyes and taking some time just to observe. And then when it's right for you, lie down in Shavasana. We'll do some asanas on the ground, but first, just relax in Shavasana. Ensuring that the legs are hip width apart and there's no tension in the legs or the feet. The palms are facing up and a little bit away from the body. Allow the body to sink into the floor. And we'll do a practice which is a bridge. So bringing the feet in front of the buttocks and placing the hands on the floor, palms down underneath the buttocks just to support the back. Inhale and raise the buttocks up and hold. Exhale, bring the buttocks down to the floor. We'll complete 5 rounds in total, aiming to hold the final round a little bit longer than the others. So up to 5 breaths. Then feeling the energy around the abdomen and into the buttocks and the thighs. After your 5th round, hug the knees to the chest and just give the lower back in particular, a bit of a massage. So you can either roll from side to side or roll along the spine or even do a circular movement. Just making sure you're doing the same number of rounds in each direction. And then once you've released the lower back, again, bring the soles of the feet to the floor in front of the buttocks. Now, place the hands behind the head. So as long as the elbows can reach the floor, if not, just have the arms out at shoulder height. And now inhale, and when you exhale, bring the knees together towards the right and turn the head towards the left. And just allow the body to ease into this position. And then inhale, bring knees and head back to center. Exhale, bring knees to the left and head to the right. Again, allowing the body to ease in. And complete another 6 rounds, so 7 rounds in total, really slowing down, feeling that stretch in the spine. After your final round, again, just taking your own time. And once you reach 7 rounds on each side, lie down in Shavasana. And just taking some time to observe the effects of all of the different practices that we've completed, allowing the breath to regulate back to the natural breath. And we'll complete our pranayama practice lying in Shavasana. Do a visualization exercise with pranayama. So visualize first breathing golden light on the inhalation through the soles of your feet, right up to the lower part of your lung. Complete 3 yogic breaths, breathing into the lower part of your lung. After the third, just come back to the natural breath. And now complete another 3 yogic breaths, but this time breathing again through the soles of the feet, golden healing light from the soles of the feet to the middle of the lungs, the lung area. Then returning again to the natural breath. And now, another 3 yogic breaths through the soles of the feet, golden healing light to the top of the lungs. Visualizing the golden breath going to the top of the lungs. Now finally, final 3 golden yogic breaths completely filling the lungs. Visualizing the golden healing breath going to the entire lung area. And then returning to the natural breath, again allowing the breath to regulate. And we'll begin to prepare the practice of Yoga Nidra. So if you need any cushions or blankets to make yourself more comfortable, please get them now, ensuring that you're warm enough or cool enough. When lying in Shavasana, with all tension released from the legs, the feet are lolling to the sides, the arms are a little bit away from the body with the palms facing the sky. And there's balance between left and right. The spine is straight and the head and neck are aligned with the spine. It might be helpful to tuck your chin in just a little, just to check that you're all in line. Take a long, deep inhalation and just release any remaining tension in the body, allowing it to melt into the floor. And again, another long, deep inhalation, this time focusing on the face. So making sure that you're not clenching your jaw, you're not pulling any expression on the face, or even clenching the muscles behind the eyes. Sometimes we don't realize we're doing this. So just let all tension in the face go. And feel the body's contact against the floor. Feel the heels and the back of the legs and the buttocks against the floor. Feel the backs of the hands and the arms and the shoulders all against the floor. Feel the back against the floor. And feel the back of the neck and the back of the head against the floor. And observe how all of these different points of contact create one plane of contact between the body and the floor. Become aware of sound now. So listen for sounds that are way off in the distance, but don't try and name them. Just move your awareness from one sound to the next. Once you hear it, move it on to the next sound. Now move your awareness to the sounds just outside the room where you are. Taking the same approach, just moving the awareness from one sound to the next. Now move the awareness to sounds inside the room where you are. And now we'll move the awareness to sounds inside the body. So we'll begin first with the sound and the sensation of the heartbeat. Now move the awareness to the sound and the sensation of the natural breath. Release the sound awareness now and call to mind your Sankalpa. Mentally repeat it 3 times now. Now rotate the awareness around the body. Listen to my instructions, and when I repeat the name of a body part, place your awareness there, visualize that part, and mentally repeat the name of that part. We'll begin with the right side of the body and the right hand thumb. First finger, second, third, and little finger. Palm of the right hand, back of the right hand, the wrist, forearm, elbow, upper arm, shoulder, armpit, right side of the chest, right waist, hip, thigh, knee, shin, calf, heel, ankle, sole of the right foot, top of the right foot, right big toe, second toe, third, fourth, and little toe. Moving now over to the left side of the body, beginning with the left hand thumb, first finger, second, third, and little finger, palm of the left hand, back of the left hand, the wrist, forearm, elbow, upper arm, shoulder, armpit, left side of the chest, left waist, hip, thigh, knee, shin, calf, heel, ankle, sole of the left foot, top of the left foot, left big toe, second toe, third, fourth, and little toe. Moving now to the back of the body, and we'll start with the heels, the back of the legs, the buttocks, the small of the back, the middle of the back, the shoulder blades, the space between the shoulder blades, the back of the neck, the entire spinal column, the back of the head, and the crown of the head. Moving now to the face, with the forehead, the temples, the eyebrows, and the eyebrow center. the ears, the eyes, the nose, the cheeks, the lips, the jaw, the chin, the throat, the collarbones, and the pit of the throat, the right side of the chest, the left side of the chest, and the center of the chest, the right side of the abdomen, the left side of the abdomen, and the groin. The whole right leg, the whole left leg, and both legs together. The whole right arm, the whole left arm, and both arms together. The whole torso, the whole neck, the whole head, the whole front of the body, the whole back of the body, and the whole body. Have a sense all at once, the whole body. Now release the body rotations and bring the awareness now back to the natural breath, particularly observing just how subtle the natural breaths become and observing the rise and fall of the navel in response to the natural breath. We'll now add a count to the natural breath in the following way. Counting backwards from 14, breathing in 14, breathing out 14, breathing in 13, breathing out 13. Just counting along with the natural breath backwards from 14. If you lose count, begin again. And if you reach 1, begin again. Remember to use the breath just like an anchor. If the mind wanders from the practice, use the breath to bring it back. Now release the count instead feel the following opposite sensations in the body. The body's feeling heavier and heavier. The body feels so heavy that it feels like it's almost falling through the floor. You feel the heaviness of the body pressing against the floor. The body's feeling heavier and heavier. It feels like it's pressing against the floor. Release this feeling of heaviness now. Replace it instead with a feeling of lightness. The body's feeling lighter and lighter. It feels like it's barely touching the floor. It feels like it's hovering above the floor. The body's feeling lighter and lighter. It feels like it may drift away at any moment. Release this feeling of lightness now and replace it instead with a feeling of coolness. The body's feeling colder and colder. The body feels like it's outside on a freezing winter's day. The icy wind whips through your clothing and chills you to the bone. You shudder with the freezing cold wind. The body's feeling colder and colder, like it's outside on an icy winter's day. Release this feeling of cold now. Replace it instead with a feeling of heat. The body's feeling hotter and hotter. The body feels like it's standing outside on a blistering summer's day in full sun. The body's feeling hotter and hotter, like it's outside on a steamy summer's day. Release this feeling of heat now and release all of these sensations. Allow the body to come back to its normal state, to a state of equilibrium. And instead now come to the space of the mind, to Chitta Kush, the space behind the closed eyes. And in this space, see, imagine, visualize or create the following objects and images. A rainbow over the ocean. A rainbow over the ocean. A pink sunset. A pink sunset. A green parrot sitting in a tree. A green parrot sitting in a tree. A field of your favorite flower swaying in the breeze. A field of your favorite flowers swaying in the breeze. A black cat sleeping in the sun. A black cat sleeping in the sun. An Om made up of jyotis. An Om made up of jyotis. A still lake reflecting the stars. A still lake reflecting the stars. And release these visualizations now. And call to mind your Sankalpa. Mentally repeat it 3 times now. And allow your breath to deepen a little now. And observe the movement the breath makes in the body. Notice how when you deepen the breath, it moves the back against the floor. And check in with your body now. Observe how you're feeling. The practice of Yoga Nidra is coming to a close. So begin to remember the room that you're in. Remember the color of your mat, the color of your coverings or clothing. Remember the furniture in the room. Begin to hear the sounds around you. And remember the world that's attached to those sounds. And remember the time of day. Begin to make small movements with the fingers and the toes, allowing the body to very gently externalize. And begin to move and stretch in a way that's right for you, being kind to yourself and your body. You may like to gently move the head from side to side, or even roll onto your right side for a few moments, but all in your own time. There's no rush. When it's right for you, gently come up into a comfortable sitting position. Keep the eyes closed or downcast. Try to maintain the peaceful state you've created. And we'll check in with the body again now, like we did at the beginning. And this time, compare how you feel now to when you began. So moving the awareness firstly into the soles of the feet and gently bringing it up through the legs. And then into the hands, feeling the hands on the knees and up through the arms, gently moving the awareness up through the arms to the shoulders. And now bringing the awareness into the torso and up through the spine, gently moving the awareness right up to the neck. And from the neck into the face, the back of the head, and the crown of the head. And then gently rest the awareness of the eyebrow center, visualizing a steady candle flame. And together now, we'll chant Om 3 times in Om Shanti to conclude our practice. Breathing in, Om. 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 Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Hari Om. Hari Om Tat Sat.